Welcome back to Deco Diva, your ultimate source for all things home decor. In today's video, we're diving deep into a style that's both intellectual and vintage, yet cozy and mysterious, dark academia decor. We'll show you how to bring that old-world charm into modern spaces with ease. If you're into classical architecture, rich textures, and dimly lit libraries filled with books, this aesthetic is for you. Whether you have a small apartment or a large home, dark academia can add depth, history, and a sense of nostalgia to your interior. We'll guide you through the essential elements to create this moody, scholarly vibe in your space. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you love timeless decor tips, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what inspires your home style. Let's get started. Dark academia is more than just a trend, it's a lifestyle rooted in the admiration for classical literature, history, and art. Inspired by old European universities and literary classics, this aesthetic feels like stepping into a time capsule filled with leather-bound books, antique furniture, and dimly lit spaces. The color palette is rich and moody, featuring deep browns, forest greens, and maroons, with plenty of texture in fabrics like velvet and wool. It's intellectual, mysterious, and perfect for those who appreciate a blend of vintage charm with modern sophistication. Incorporating dark academia into your home is about embracing an eclectic mix of old and new, antique finds alongside modern, sleek pieces, all wrapped in a sense of history and timelessness. When it comes to dark academia, the color palette is foundational. Think deep, rich hues that evoke a sense of mystery and sophistication. Dark wood tones, navy blues, and earthy browns are all key players in creating a moody ambience. Consider painting an accent wall in a rich, deep color like charcoal or forest green to anchor the room. Pair it with warm, neutral shades like cream or beige to balance out the heaviness. You can also incorporate gold accents and dark metals to add a luxurious touch. The goal is to create a warm, yet dramatic environment that feels inviting, not oppressive. Furniture in a dark academia-inspired room should feel like it has a story. Antique pieces, like a worn leather armchair or a vintage writing desk, can instantly transform a space. Look for items with rich wood finishes, curved lines, and intricate details. But you don't have to stick exclusively to antiques. You can balance older pieces with modern touches, like a sleek metal floor lamp or a minimalist coffee table. This blend of old and new helps keep the space feeling fresh and not too heavy. Invest in comfortable, oversized seating that invites you to curl up with a good book. Think plush armchairs or deep couches, perfect for those cozy nights of reading by the fireplace. No dark academia space is complete without an impressive bookshelf. Whether you have an entire wall dedicated to books or just a cozy corner, bookshelves are a key element in achieving that scholarly look. Opt for wooden shelves with a dark finish and fill them with a mix of old and new books. Leather-bound volumes, vintage classics, and even modern novels can all have a place here. The key is to make it feel curated, like a well-loved personal library. Add personal touches, such as small sculptures, antique clocks, or brass bookends, to give your bookshelf character. The goal is to evoke the feeling of a university library or a cozy study. Lighting is crucial in setting the tone for a dark academia space. Forget harsh, overhead lighting. You want soft, ambient light that creates a moody atmosphere. Think vintage-style table lamps, floor lamps with warm, golden bulbs, and candles for that old-world charm. You can also incorporate chandeliers or pendant lights with intricate designs to add elegance. The key is to have multiple sources of light at different levels, creating a layered, inviting feel. Draping fairy lights along bookshelves or over doorways can also add a whimsical touch, without sacrificing the overall sophisticated vibe. Dark academia is all about layering rich, luxurious fabrics. Think velvet curtains, wool throws, and plush rugs that add warmth and texture to the space. These fabrics not only create a sense of coziness but also enhance the overall aesthetic. Drape a wool blanket over a leather armchair, or place a soft, patterned rug under a wooden desk. Choose textiles in dark, muted colors to keep with the moody palette. Charcoal grays, burgundies, and deep greens work perfectly. Don't be afraid to mix textures, velvet with wool, leather with silk. The contrast adds depth and interest, making your space feel inviting and lived in. Art is a central element in dark academia decor. Choose pieces that evoke a sense of history. Classic oil paintings, black and white photographs, or vintage maps are all great options. Frame art in ornate, gold or dark wood frames for an antique feel. You can also mix in more modern pieces, but aim for a cohesive, intellectual vibe. Portraits, landscapes, and scenes from classical literature all work well in this aesthetic. Incorporate antiques like globes, old typewriters, or vintage cameras as decorative pieces. These items not only add charm but also tell a story, which is essential to the dark academia aesthetic. Although dark academia tends to lean towards moody, dark tones, adding greenery can create a refreshing contrast. Choose deep green plants like ferns, ivy, or monstera that thrive in low light, fitting perfectly into this decor style. Place plants on windowsills, bookshelves, or in vintage pots to integrate them seamlessly into the overall design. The touch of nature can make a space feel more inviting and less stark. For a more whimsical touch, consider dried flowers or botanical prints in antique frames. This blend of life and decay plays beautifully into the dark academia theme. Every dark academia-inspired home should have a study area, a place where intellectual curiosity is encouraged. Create a small nook with a vintage desk, a comfortable chair, and a classic brass desk lamp. Stock the desk with notebooks, quills, or old-fashioned stationery to evoke a scholarly feel. Surround your study space with books, art, and antiques to make it a true reflection of the aesthetic. It doesn't have to be an entire room. Even a corner of your living room or bedroom can become your study area with the right furniture and decor elements. If you're lucky enough to have a fireplace, it can become the heart of your dark academia space. The warmth and glow of a crackling fire instantly add to the cozy, old-world atmosphere. Even if your fireplace is non-functional, you can use it as a decorative element by filling it with candles or logs. It's all about creating that sense of warmth and history. Surround your fireplace with antique mirrors, framed art, and brass candlesticks to enhance the vintage feel. The fireplace mantle can be a great spot to display your favorite dark academia-inspired decor items. Your walls can be a canvas for dark academia. Create a gallery wall filled with framed art, old photos, and classic literature quotes. This adds a personalized touch while sticking to the aesthetic. Mix and match different frame styles and sizes for an eclectic, curated feel. You can also hang vintage mirrors, maps, or sketches to evoke a sense of intellectual history. Consider using dark wallpaper with floral or damask patterns to make a statement. It creates a dramatic backdrop that fits perfectly with the theme. Another way to bring old-world charm into your space is by incorporating musical instruments, especially those that have a classical or vintage feel. A grand piano, a violin, or even a guitar can be beautiful decor pieces that also serve a functional purpose. Even if you don't play, a well-placed antique instrument adds depth and intrigue to the room. Place it in a corner, or lean it against a bookshelf for that effortlessly elegant look. Instruments remind us of the art, culture, and refinement that are central to the dark academia aesthetic. The final layer in any dark academia space is the scent. Candles and scents like tobacco, leather, or sandalwood can fill the room with warmth and make the space feel more inviting. You can also use essential oil diffusers with earthy, woody scents to maintain the atmosphere. Incense sticks are another great option, especially if you love a smoky, mystical vibe. The sense of smell is a powerful way to create a mood, so choose fragrances that evoke an old library, a study, or a cozy reading nook. While dark academia is rooted in a specific aesthetic, it's important to make the space feel personal. Incorporate elements that reflect your interests, whether it's art, literature, or history. Display your favorite books, your own artwork, or mementos from your travels. These small details help to create a space that feels uniquely yours, while still embracing the aesthetic. Remember, dark academia is all about celebrating curiosity and intellect, so don't be afraid to let your space reflect your personality and passions. And that wraps up our guide on how to bring the timeless charm of dark academia into your modern spaces. We hope you found inspiration to transform your home into a haven of intellectual intrigue and vintage elegance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from Decodiva. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments how you plan to incorporate dark academia into your home. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay inspired and keep decorating with Decodiva.